While making the Something in the Air custom set video, I created an original expansion pack called the Double Track Pack. These are the parts featured, and its purpose was to specifically expand the Something in the Air playset. But while I was writing the script, I thought a little deeper and said, what if the Double Track Pack can work on more than just the one set? So I picked out a bunch of playsets to test it on, and this is what I came up with. First, we have the Thomas the Tank Engine and Freight Car set by Playrail, specifically the version from 1996 with the double section at the station. When combined with the Double Track Pack, you get a larger set with more room for Thomas to run on, a little more decoration, as well as some more freight cars for him to pull. The set becomes larger, but not so much that it's distracting or overwhelming, I think. A very solid addition to this set the Double Track Pack makes. Next is the Thomas and Percy Knapford Station set by Playrail, and the Double Track Pack really takes it to the next level. Thomas and Percy now have some vans they can take around, as well as way more tracks to run around on. You can have them pass by each other and play a game of controller, trying to keep the two from crashing. There's definitely more options for this set, as the original playset can be arranged in 4 different ways naturally. A pack and set that would have been a bargain together. Then we come to the Lady and Diesel 10 Chasing set by Playrail. A very interesting set with dummy versions of Splatter and Dodge that couple to Diesel 10, which I don't have because I'm based and I have the normal versions. But anyways, this was the first set where I couldn't use every piece. But considering my Lady doesn't work, I can use the extra pieces to display her. Diesel 10, Splatter, and Dodge all have rolling stock to pull now. The set is overall more lively and a ton of fun to play with. Honestly, not too much to say here. A lot more tracks, and that's a-okay. Our next set is the Thomas and Cranky Crane train set by Tomica World and Playrail. This one is interesting as it gives you a very generous amount of double track to begin with. I opted to extend the curved rail and yard sections. The double crossover was added to the harbor, since there was already one included in the base set. Thomas definitely would benefit from having another engine or two join him, but on the other hand, you can give Thomas a fantastic 7-car train to pull. Nothing to complain about here. Here is the Thomas Talkin' Action set by Tomica World and Playrail, except I don't have a talking Thomas, or the special half-straights to make him talk. So we'll just use all normal Tomy items for this one. I decided when building to take a different route of thinking than just adding on to the set. Instead, I took the Thomas Talkin' Action set apart and rebuilt it like this. Now, there's a solid double loop with a couple sections for passing or storing extra cars. The inclusion of 5 trees in the base set helped boost the look of the expanded set. There's a lot of empty space in the middle sections where the trees fill in. Once again, this set is much too big for just Thomas alone, so adding other engines definitely helps to lift everything up. Then we have the Bill and Ben Harbor Friends set by Playrail. For being the only Playrail release of Bill, this set is kind of disappointing on its own. Fortunately, we have the Double Track Pack to make it not so disappointing. The extra track gives Bill and Ben so much more to do. Having extra vans also provides more cars for them to shunt around and interact with. A wonderful upgrade to the rather drab original set in my opinion. Up next is the Thomas and Spencer Racing set, which has Thomas pulling only Annie and Spencer pulling nothing.
Oh no!
Fun. I wasn't sure if I could make this pack work as well here, but I managed it. The track fitting isn't perfect, but it works, and that's what matters. Now there's 2 crossovers for the engines to use and a little more scenery to fill up the empty space with. Surprisingly, this set comes with only the Wellsworth pedestrian bridge and no Wellsworth station or even stop rails. Honestly, this is a weird little set, but one made better with the Double Track Pack. Now we have the Thomas and Cranky Deluxe Action set. I chose to use the Kmart version that comes with Salty, giving better context for the harbor's inclusion. Once again, we have a familiar shape to the expanded layout, but that's alright. Farquhar was moved further past the tunnel, and the harbor was moved closer to the curve, so Bulstrode has more open area to move in. The trees add a little more life to the road and bridge section. Overall, the set is divided up pretty evenly. All the 2-track action is on one side, and the road and rail portion is on the other. The Double Track Pack definitely makes this a standout set. Finally, we have our last set, one of the craziest Tomy playsets ever made, the Roller Coaster Mountain set. This behemoth will get a video of its own soon, but for now, just know it comes with 4 trains, including Oliver.
I'm a great Western engine.
I took the entire set apart and built it from the ground up. The results were something else in a good way. The core shape and idea of the set was largely maintained. I'm proud to show off a set with a true double track setup, allowing 2 engines to run on each line with full interconnectivity between the 2. The extra 3 vans work perfectly, as you can have every engine pulling 2 cars each. I am a bit miffed that the majority of destinations are on the inner line only. I think adding a Wellsworth pedestrian crossing, a few more trees, and some overhead gantries on the double track would make this expanded set immaculate. But frankly, the base set is pretty awesome, so having more track and 2 full loops alone is excellent. Definitely a huge standout. After testing my expansion pack on all these Tomy sets, I'm very pleased to say that the double track pack can work well on pretty much any set with double track sections. The extra vans definitely add to any set, especially the ones with little to no rolling stock included. The signal, trees, and signal box bring life to many sets that lack it. Having a little extra scenery and decoration really goes a long way. I'll leave the links to each of the sets I reviewed in the description, as well as the part list for the double track pack, if you want to experiment with your own set ideas. I had a lot of fun making this video, and it's always fun to stretch my creativity a bit. If you like this video, then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, don't be a stinker, and have a great day.